Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. So as you can see, my main fractions are going to be 5 over 6, comma 2 over 7. All right, so those are my two fractions. Now there are some easy techniques that I'm going to teach you in this video. So what you're going to do is you're going to I call this butterfly. So many of you must know what lowest common denominator is. So any fraction would have a numerator and a denominator. Yeah, so we are going to see how this works. So I'm going to add 5 over 6 plus 2 over 7. So straight away when you have addition like that, what you can simply do something called as butterfly smiley technique. That's what I teach my students. So you're going to draw two wings and then have a smiley right there. And now you need to multiply all these numbers. So 7 times 5 is 35, 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 7 is the most popular 6, 7 here. So 6 times 7 is 42. Now once you're done, then you're going to write them like this. So you're going to do 35. Now the plus comes into the picture. 12. Okay, so 35 plus 12 divided by 42. So you can see that 35 plus 12 is 47 divided by 42. Now can we simplify this further? When I use the word simplify, is there any multiplication table that holds both the numbers and we can cancel? Apparently we can't, right? So I'm going to leave this as is. I could convert that to a mixed numeral, but I don't want to introduce mixed numeral at this point of time. So I'm just leaving that as is. But for some of you who know how to do mixed fraction, the same 47 over 42 would end up as 1, and the remainder is 5 divided by 42. Now we'll talk about mixed numerals in the next video, but for now, even if you can understand 47 divided by 42, that would be appreciated. Now, as a teacher, now you have another scenario where we are going to do subtraction. Now the subtraction, I'm going to choose maybe orange. Subtraction. You can use the same technique, so which is very good. So let's say you have 5 out of 6, and this time it's subtracting 2 out of 7. So what you can do is you can actually create your butterfly wings, right? So you're going to do that, but don't forget the smiley here. So as we have seen, 5 times 7, that is 35, 6 times 2, that is 12, and 6 times 7 is 42. Now this is going to be equal to, let me see, why is this all? All right, so 35 minus 12, so introduce your minus, divided by 42. Now this ends up being, what is 35 minus 12? 23 divided by 42. Is there any multiplication table that can cancel the fraction numbers, numerator and denominator? I don't think so. And it cannot be turned into an improper fraction or convert to mixed numeral. It's not an improper fraction. So you're going to leave it as 23 divided by 42. Now let's see what we can do for multiplication. the same fractions I'm going to multiply. So let's say you have 5 out of 6 and you're timesing it with 2 divided by 7. Now under multiplication rules, we usually simplify numerator and denominator. Okay, so but in this case, you can also cancel a numerator of one fraction and the denominator of the other fraction. So like for example, 2 goes into 1 times and that is 3. Once you do this, remember, you can only multiply numerator times numerator or denominator times denominator. You cannot simply multiply 5 times 7 here because it's a multiplication. The multiplication world, you can only do the numerator times numerator. So in your case, it is 5 times 1, 5 times 1, and 3 times 7, which ends up being 5 times 1 is 5 and 3 times 7 is 21. This cannot be simplified further, so you have to leave it like that. Next, dividing. We are using the same fractions. So let's say you have 5 over 6 and you're dividing 2 divided by 7. There's something called as KFC, and by the way, KFC is not the KFC that you're familiar with, but it will help you to remember dividing fractions. Okay, K stands for keep, flip, and change. Keep, flip, change. So what are we doing here? We are going to keep the first fraction. We are going to flip the second fraction. And this flipping has a name. It's called reciprocal. All right, so when you flip a fraction, you get a reciprocal of the original fraction. So I flipped the second fraction, and now I'm changing the operation. Now, the same technique of multiplication can be used here. You can there's nothing for me to simplify in the numerator and the denominators. So I'm going to multiply numerator times numerator, which is 5 times 7, and denominator times denominator. So 5 times 7 is 35 and 6 times 2 is 12. Again, this one easily can be converted into a mixed fraction. But if you got this step so far, good to go. In the next video, I'm going to work with mixed numerals. So, but this is going to end up as, technically you're just doing 12 divided by 35. That's what you're converting. I'll quickly show you. So 12 times 3 is 36, but you cannot use a higher number. So you got to do 12 times 2, which is 24. And you subtract, right, your regular division, long division rule. So this is going to be 11 remainder. So then how do you write this? So you're going to write this number in the bigger font. This is your remainder, so you'll write 11, and then 12 is the one that you have used as a divisor. So converting that fraction to a mixed numeral, this is the technique. Again, easy techniques to solve all 4 operations for fractions. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Check out the other videos. My next video would be working with mixed fractions, how to solve. Thank you. Have a wonderful